As soon as the CTO of Ripple confirms that a settlement and IPO will occur with Ripple and XRP, the price of XRP is expected to skyrocket to more over $150. When Ripple's CTO said that a settlement will be reached with the SEC and that Ripple will formally declare an IPO on September 29, 2023. Even market observers predicted that the price of Ripple's cryptocurrency will soar once more. Recent confirmation of some extremely mind-blowing news was provided by Ripple CTO David. As we are all aware, it is true that Ripple will announce its first public offering and settlement during the victory party that is planned to celebrate the court triumph over the SEC on September 29, 2023 in New York City. But that's not the end of it. David Short, who serves as the Chief Technology Officer for Ripple, has given hints that he will attend the event and take part in the big announcement that will be made there. This is completely consistent with my position, particularly in light of the fact that a settlement is currently being negotiated and will be made public on that day. In addition to what the Chief Technology Officer of Ripple has asserted, that SEC and a large number of attorneys have also supplied evidence. In point of fact, we are gathering in private in order to get ready for a meeting of the SEC that will be open to the public and take place on September 15, 2023. The establishment and resolution of injunctive actions, the establishment and resolution of administrative processes, the settlement of litigation claims, and other issues relevant to the examination and enforcement proceeding are stated as the 4 primary topics that will be discussed at the seminar. Other topics pertinent to the examination and enforcement proceeding will also be discussed. All of these subjects are connected to one another in a significant way. The fact that this meeting is being held in secret is the most ridiculous aspect of it. This indicates that the SEC does not want the general public to be aware that it is taking place, and it also indicates that Ripple will most likely be discussed over the course of the discussions for the settlement. Even John Deaton, who is now representing over 75,000 XRP holders and is a participant in the Ripple SEC lawsuit, has stated that there is a significant likelihood that Ripple will reach a settlement with the SEC. What the heck are you talking about? Possibly you have a question. I am able to comprehend your position due to the fact that the SEC has legally started the appeal procedure in order to classify XRP as a security. However, this is utterly untrue due to the fact that the SEC has absolutely no interest in arguing an appeal or challenging the complaint that they brought against Ripple. The SEC has not even satisfied the standards for doing so, which is very unusual. All of this is the result of my extensive investigation about Ripple using that company as an example. On the contrary, given the state of affairs, they are not in the best position that could possibly be imagined. As a result, they are making an effort to coerce Ripple into agreeing to a settlement. It would appear that they have just taken a significant financial hit as a direct result of the decision to deal with XRP in the manner of a cryptocurrency rather than a security in its own right. This war was fought at a tremendous financial cost, and it would appear that everyone is to blame. A colony would be like a game to them because they need to succeed in some way, and they are determined to do so. In addition to these cards, what other options do they still have available to play? If they are unable to reach a settlement with Ripple, their only remaining option for defending themselves is to say that they intend to appeal the decision. Ripple would want the disagreement to be resolved for its own good. As a result, it would likewise make complete and utter sense. As you are all aware, the judge ruled that XRP did not qualify as a security that could be purchased by everyday investors. However, Ripple approached the sale of XRP to financial institutions like banks and other institutional investors as the sale of a security. As a direct consequence of this, the XRP currency dispute in this instance ended in a draw. If the SEC had provided them with clarification and declared the investment not to be a security for either retail customers or financial institutions, Ripple is under the impression that it will definitely be a settlement for the pen test. It is therefore anticipated that very soon, most likely in the days leading up to September 29, a decision will be reached that XRP is not a security even for institutional investors. This conclusion is anticipated to be made very soon. However, in exchange for this, the competitor will be required to pay a fine, receive a warning, and essentially apologize for their actions. As a direct consequence of all of this, the price of XRP is claimed to have surged dramatically, possibly by a range of $50 to $150. In point of fact, XRP has made it very plain that he is willing to risk losing everything by establishing a target of $50 per XRP in September and stating that if it is not reached as confirmed here by the competing company's CTO, it is a known truth that it would make total sense for them to arrive at one of these figures between 50 and 150. Because of this, I find myself feeling quite energized. The tone in which I speak should give you some indication as to whether or not I really believe in XRP. SEC and Ripple would need to formally set up a date at the Dewey Settlement Conference back on July 18, 2023, when the judge actually made a judgment determining that XP by itself is not a security. This judge is Judge Sarah Netburn, who has presided over the case in the past and who was initially in charge of managing it. Since then, Ripple has demonstrated a remarkable ability to reliably bring about new developments. Ripple had already begun relocking 80% of the monthly supply when it only had 20% of it at the time. Additionally, a great number of linkages have been made. After giving their current circumstances considerable consideration, the most likely outcome is that Ripple formally agreed to settle on precise terms after the Ripple SEC settlement conference resulted in a resolution. This is the scenario that emerges as the most likely outcome when you carefully assess their current condition. One of these conditions would surely be that the amount of ripples that could be kept to a maximum of 20%, with the remaining amount being rendered useless. Ripple's decision to just encase what is already a SQO and another SQO makes absolutely no sense. If they want to keep the SQO monies separate from the 1 billion tokens that they get, they should transfer the SQO funds to a different wallet and use that wallet instead. There must have been an agreement established between the SEC and Ripple that specifies that 80% or 800 million XRP will be returned to the SQO and will not be touched in any way. In addition, this is something that will be beneficial to owners of XRP because it will limit the supply. In point of fact, it is quite likely that there will be an unexpected surge in demand, which will result in higher prices due to a rapid decline in supply and a sudden increase in demand. Another comparable currency that has been through this exact same predicament is the Renkum network, which is recognized as one of the world's top rental asset companies and maintains business presence in more than 130 countries. The cost of purchasing this coin has skyrocketed in recent days. In point of fact, during the course of the past 3 weeks, there has been a surge that is still expanding, amounting to an increase that is nearly 3,000%. This is owing to the fact that only 50 million of the coin's entire supply of 100 million units are now being used, while the remaining 50 million units will be distributed as rewards to token holders on an annual basis. The fact that there is only a very small supply of the coin is the reason for this, and it is also one of the factors that adds to the rarity of tokens in Rentcom.org. In addition to this, they offer all of their holders a yearly return of 10% of the value of the 50 million tokens that have been locked away and are not currently in circulation. They are put to use in the construction of rental buildings as a result of the comparatively low number of coins now in circulation. It is projected that the value of this coin will skyrocket very soon. I believe that it is now below 50 million with a total maximum manufacturing capacity of 100 million. The availability of this coin will decrease as a result of the fact that it will not be used or put into circulation in the same way as XRP is. There is consistency in reasoning behind the decision to set the price at $150. In addition, despite the fact that the price of XRP is presently 0.50 cents, its real value is far higher. That brings us to the conclusion of the video. Thank you and see you in our next video.